performance of Meredith Wilson's The Music Man, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, will take the leading part. That's music to my ears. Before we commence tonight's spectacle, the school board has a few reminders. No flash photography, and silence your telephones. Video recordings of any kind are prohibited. JC, what is a video? Never mind. Please enjoy the performance and keep an eye out for any swindlers that may be running through town.
River City Station. River City. Next station stop.
You're crazy with the heat. Credit is no good for a notion salesman.
Board. All aboard.
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Does your company give credit? No, sir. Nor does anybody else.
River City. River City next.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the noggins and the biggins and the furries.
Cash for the hogshead, casket, and jar. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper. What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory.
Why the Model T Ford made the trouble, made the people wanna go. Wanna get a bingo. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's gonna patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Not the Model T at all. Take a gator at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk, bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want, but it's different than it was. No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why is the you need a biscuit made in trouble? You need a put the crackers in a package. The you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Made the Cracker Barrel obsolete.
Obsolete, obsolete, obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the mail pouch cup plug chong by the stove. Changed the approach of a traveling salesman, made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone.
Gone with the hogshead, cast and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tear.
Ever met a fella by the name of Hill?
Hill. No. Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman, Hill.
Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory.
What's the fella's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete. Or that you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang beat, bell ringing, big haul, break, go, neck or nothing, rip roaring every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
Tell us, what's his line?
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass beats. The piccolo, uniforms too, and the shiny gold braid on the coat and the big red stripe running down the leg.
Well, I don't know much about band, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Handling picks perhaps, and here and there a juice heart.
No, the fella sells bands, boys' bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dallies, and he gathers, and he fruits, and he shines, and when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
state line into Iowa, River City. Population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in this state. Lord!
All right, if you all are through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I know this. He's giving everyone of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive automatically gets tarred and feathered. Rode out to the city limits on a Oh, you think that's funny, do you? Oh, wait until it happens to you. Your hair never grows back. But why would he get rode out of town on a rail? Because in order to sell these band instruments and these band uniforms and these band instruction booklets, he has to guarantee to teach these kids to play.
Well,
And to form these kids into a band, with himself as the leader.
What's wrong with that?
He doesn't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. He doesn't know the difference between a bass drum and a pipe organ. I'm going to catch up with that swindling 2-bit thimble rigger, and when I do, I'm going to squeal on him so loud.
You're mad, Charlie. I'd sure like to be around when you catch up with him.
Well, it won't be this trip. Not in Iowa. Not even the great Professor Harold Hill would try and sell those neckboat Hawkeyes out here.
Lord!
gentlemen, you intrigue me.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Good morning, Mayor Shin.
It's a good morning if you want to walk around in your drawers.
And there I was in the Madison Hospital. No one come to see me. Cousin Will never came. Aunt Bertha never came. Your Aunt Bertha's dead. Well, she wouldn't have come anyway.
We can be cold as a falling thermometer in December if you ask about the weather in July. And we're so by God's stubborn we can stand touching noses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirt and a bat to go with it.
Are you Mr. Squires?
Yes.
Well, I'm interested in renting a rig for Sunday. Could you accommodate me?
Well, young man, you need to see the guy that is in charge of hiring rigs. And he's late, as usual.
Hey, Gregory!
Marcellus!
You old son of a gun. Oh, Greg.
Professor Harold Hill is the name.
Oh, Greg, what are you doing here? Why don't you let me know you wasn't coming?
Well, I didn't know I was coming myself. Besides, how about you would end up in a tank little town like this? You were pretty big stuff when you were working with me.
Too close shaved the way you work. Besides, got myself a nice compo girl. Ethel Kaufenmeyer, boss niece.
Oh, gone legit, huh?
Say, what's the new pitch? No. You're not back in the band business. I thought you wasn't steam automobiles.
Well, I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Yeah. So, we've got to create a need for a boys' band. What's new around here that I can use?
Well, nothing I can think of. Besides,
Gotta create. What's this?
oh, I believe new billiard parlor just got a new pool table.
Oh, perfect. Now we gotta get the town out of serious trouble.
Trouble?
But I'm gonna have to create some. So, what else is new?
Well, it's one thing, I'm not gonna get you around here with these stubborn items, Greg. Besides, you got a stubborn music teacher who'll catch you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
Music teacher? She's librarian. Female.
Perfect. Perfect. That I can use. Okay, so that music teacher comes around. Point her out to me. All right? All right. Thanks, Mark.
Music teacher.
Yes. You Mr. Dunlop?
Yes.
Sir, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of disaster that's presented by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Mighty proud to say it, I'm mighty proud to say it. I consider the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help cultivate foresight, a cool head, and a keen eye. Did you ever try and take an ironclad leap to yourself from a 3-rail billiard shop? But just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a block-line game. And I say that to any booth can take and shove a ball when they want it. And I call that slugging. First big step on the road to the depths of the day. I say, first medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit. Listening to some big out-of-town Jasper, hearing him tell about a horse race gambling. Not a wholesome track race, no, but a race where they sit down right on the horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan Patch, make blood boil? Well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. I said, your young men will be frittering away their noon time, supper time, short time too. Get the ball in the pocket. Never mind getting dandelions pulled in the screen door patch to the pink cake pounding. Never mind pumping any water town. Parents call with a cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the young getting thick by short-tailed young ones picking in the pool. But never we got trouble, folks. Right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what conversation goes on with over around that house? They're trying out Bebo, trying out cigarette fiends, and bragging about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with Sin. One fine day they leave the pool hall, head for the dance at the armory. Libertine men and scarlet women and ragtime. Shameless people to grab your son, your daughter with the arms of a jungle, instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the Iron Brain, Devil's Playground, trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in the city.
Right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. Before your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? Or a dime novel shoved in the corn crib? Is he starting to memorize jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bang? Are certain words starting to creep into his conversation? Words like swell and so's your old man. And if so, my friends, got trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital T that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. We surely got trouble. Right here in River City.
Right here.
Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule?
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Oh, we've got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 numbered balls is the devil's tool. Oh yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble.
Oh yes, we got trouble. Here we got big, big trouble.
With a T,
With a capital T.
and a with P,
And a rhymes with P.
that stands for pool.
That stands for
Excuse me. Did you drop your...
No.
Say, didn't I meet you in...
No.
Well, I'll only be in town for a short while and...
Good. That's you, daughter? Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amarillo. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. That's fine, dear. Now your exercises.
Yes, Mom.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Well, did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. Now don't dawdle, Amaryllis. So do la re ti mi, a little bit slower, please. Keep the fingers curved and nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
Well, it wouldn't have hurt to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with the same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you've got a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about the stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase, who may be your very last chance.
No, Mama, do you think that I'd allow a common masher now? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards if you don't mind me saying so. There's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to the blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Pat, and Noah Webster. You can find it for yourself out of your Irish imagination, your Irish governess, and your library full of books.
Well, that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I?
May I have a drink, please?
May.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that any way to enter the house?
Hello.
That Winthrop, that won't do. I'll have a kiss from you, boy. And that lady over there is your sister.
Hello, Winthrop.
Well, Winthrop, where's your manners?
Winthrop, I'm having a party on Saturday. Would you like to come? I would especially like it if you come. Winthrop?
Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to her party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
Oh, he won't say Amaryllis because of the S. Because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his list, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
No, thank you. Amaryllis. 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 He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps?
It's not just because he lisps, Amaryllis. That's just part of it.
Well, what's the other part?
It's just that, well, let's just say he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, we all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he never talks to me, but I do him. Every night, on the evening star, I say goodnight to him. You have to do it the very second you see it, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, darling, don't cry. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
No, I'll end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marian. Can I play my cross-hand piece?
May I?
May I play my cross-hand piece?
You may.
See? Without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
Well, for right now, maybe you could just say goodnight, my someone. And then you can fill in the name when the right someone comes along.
All right. It's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your cross-hand piece.
Now I may play my cross-hand piece.
Sweet dreams.
culture. But instead, the one-tiny girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, my wife. In which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
I will now count to 20 in the Indian tongue. Teen, teen, tether, feather, fifth. George, let me try, George.
All right. Who set off that cracker?
I never did it. Tommy Gillis did it. Tommy Gillis did it.
Tommy Gillis, I wouldn't leave it. Mrs. Shin will be all right. No thanks to a certain ruffian who is a disgrace to our community. Four score. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, the last days of Pompeii, will take place, provided it stops raining by 9:30. It'll be out at the Madison Park Picnic Park in the far meadow across the creek from the pest house.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette predict fair?
Sure did, Ewart. That's why we prepare for a storm.
Now, JC, you know that the Gazette is accurate most of the time.
Now, Olin, you wouldn't last very long in the banking business if you were accurate most of the time. Oh. Well, looks like the number 8's late again.
I make her early.
No, she's late all right.
What's the matter with your watch? She's right on time.
Well, there's nothing the matter with my watch.
All the members of the school board quit bickering in public. We'll have order here. Four score.
We heard there was a pool table in town.
Will you allow me to get out on my exercises?
Well, is there a pool table or isn't there?
We don't want no more exercise till this is settled.
Let's protect our children. Resist sin and corruption. Smite that devil and keep our young boys pure. Attention, please. Attention, please. I can take care of this problem with the wave of my hand. This very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hills, and I'm here to organize a River City Boys band. Oh, think, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with the golden trombone? Ra-da-ra-da-da-da-da. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous, fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard parlor walls coming tumbling down. Boys band, hear me? River City's gonna have a boys band tonight. Mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gonna have her boys band. Just as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Willie, Johnny, Teddy, Fred, can you see the glimmer of the crashing cymbals? Hear the thunder of the rolling drums? See the shimmer of trumpets? Da-da-da! You'll feel the electricity akin to what I once felt when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great Creator, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on that very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets right behind. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun and 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 breeds creeping up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom, timpani, and horse platoon, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons, and each bassoon having his big fat say. There were 50 mounting cannon on the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise a full octave higher than the score.
76 trombones and the counterpoint, 110 cornets blaze away. March, 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 all the kids begin to march, and they're marching still right today.
Man, this calls for emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I haven't seen Iowa people get so excited since the night Frank Dodge and Senior Lewis lay on a mat for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle. Never mind. I want his credentials. Hey, get that hoodlum. He almost blew up Mrs. Shit. Gotta make an example out of this one ringleader, you know, when he does, the gang does.
Julie, fly, let me go!
You wild kid, you! Hanging around my oldest girl? His father's one of them day laborers on the south end of town. You wild kid, you!
I wasn't either tagging.
Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
We was just walking around together. Julie, fly.
You watch your language, don't contradict me. I know what you was doing. My little Georgie, Gracie Senior. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hell, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing over to City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Man, I want his credentials. That spellbinder's credentials now.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough and he's got his game waiting outside too.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, was it? Tommy, come here. I'd like to talk to you about being in the band.
No, geez, Professor, that's for the little kid.
Oh, calm down, Tommy. Not playing in it. You're mechanically minded, right? Well, you ever have anything to do with perpetual motion?
He nearly had it a couple times.
Well, you're my man. See, nobody's invented a music holder for a piccolo player. Nowhere to hang the music.
Gee, Clyde! Where do I get some wire from?
Try your basement. That's where people usually carry wire. Oh, Tommy.
Yes, sir?
Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Excuse me, miss. What's your name?
Zanita, I know that you was beckoning to me. You got.
Well, do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Zanita, and I'd like you to escort her home, please.
only accepted. I'm not going home. I got to go to the library. You got.
Okay. Well, Tommy, I'd like you to escort Miss Zanita home via the library and the candy shop.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
You got.
Now, Professor, you're a pretty bright young fella, but you made a couple mistakes.
Oh?
The mayor owns the billiard parlor in town and that new pool table.
Okay. What was my other mistake?
That was Zanita, the mayor's oldest girl?
Yes, Professor Hill, we need your credentials. We're the school board.
Your academic credentials. Nothing of the kind. Make him put up a bond.
No, we need letters and papers.
Wait. What am I hearing? Say ice cream.
Ice cream.
Now, down here. Ice cream.
I don't sing, young man, if that's what you're getting.
Try talking slow. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
See, gentlemen, singing is just the same talking. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Now you hear.
Ice cream.
Now you.
Ice cream.
See, ladies, now you'll never see one of those men without the other three.
Oh, Professor, you're wrong. Why, these men have hated one another for 15 years.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
How can there be
Any singing sincere? Where is the good in goodbye? In goodbye. Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Trouble and mystified. Tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear. While one single star shines above. How can there be any sin sincere? Aren't we sincerely in
I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
No.
Well, I have some wonderful caramels back at my hotel.
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what university do they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
I don't know anything about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary and Anna. Gary Conservatory, gold medal class, off 5.
Even if that should happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily hoodwinked or mesmerized as some of the other people in this town, and I find it only fair to warn you that I have shelves full of reference books in there that may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Hey, Gregory.
Marcellus! Quit calling me Gregory.
I had to make out with the music teacher.
Scrumptious. Had her eaten out of my hand the minute I waved it.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, what did you cut us off tonight? For me, I thought you knew something about leading a band. Just like me to imitate that band concert fella back in the shop.
Yeah, that was kid stuff. But you just keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? I thought it used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
Oh, it does. But it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh no, Greg, I'm adding uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books?
Yeah.
But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I'm not working 4 weeks.
Mars.
But you don't know one note from another.
They'll forget all about that as soon as the uniforms come in. Or at least time for me to collect and leave. I've got it all timed out. Got it timed down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand onto the last train out of town. Now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Don't line yourself up a local noodling, huh? Well, say, I can fix you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl. Teaches Sunday school.
No wide-eyed eager Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever. Listen, boy, a girl with all that purity wants to merely trade her independence for her security. The only permanence she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No glorious gleaming pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark and I fizz. For the loud who knows what time it is, I spark and I rave. For the virtue I'm too late to save. The sadder but wiser girl for me. No breathless, blushing, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No, to a young miss who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, for she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you see. Oh, I spark and I shy. For the last with the delicate air goes by, I smile and I grin. For the gal with a touch of sin walks in, I hope and I pray for Hester to win just one more A. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl's for me.
Mrs. Hicks, and you lady who kept me shin, our mayor's wife. Oh, isn't it exciting, you lady?
I couldn't say.
Oh,
I could not say.
oh,
I could not say at this time.
oh.
My husband, I'm sure, will wish to make an investigation. Naturally. I'm reticent. Yes, yes. I'm reticent.
Now, Mrs. Shin, I completely understand. Part of my program is... Wait. Do that again with your foot.
Oh, I have a bunion that bothers.
Oh, Mrs. Shin. What grace. What form of rhythm. You must chair the ladies' dance committee. Shouldn't she, ladies?
Yes. You lady.
Then you accept.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I would like to say...
Thank you. Now, about the piano player.
Pick a little, talk a little, chip, chip, chip. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, chip, chip. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, chip, chip. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk, chip, 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 chip.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I should tell you this thing. She advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
And the worst part is, of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but please?
I live on my street. Let me tell.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man that didn't have a friend in this town until she came. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium? Madison Hospital?
Yes.
Madison Picnic Park? That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who did he think he was, anyway?
Well, show off, I'm sure, but didn't he leave the library to the city too?
Well, that's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her. She was seen coming and going from his place.
Oh yes, that woman made brazen overtures. Pick a little top with the guilt takes care. I'll not pick a little more. Pick a little top in her eye, the silver voice comes down to the ground. Just melt her down and you'll reveal the love to last. Hold it still. Here, poor woman's heart should be.
Oh, gentlemen, I have just what you need over at my hotel room. Now, I'll be back in just a few minutes with everything that you need. First, good night, ladies. Good night, ladies.
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. We're going to leave you now.
It's okay. I know everything. And it doesn't really matter.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you are very young. And everybody makes mistakes.
What?
No apologies, no explanation. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Would you please make your selection and leave?
Oh, I have.
Well, what would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
Look, you're not listening. Marbles. 8 Steelies, 6 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and a big glass with an unforgivable sin. Any talking aloud with any librarian, such as Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to make it clear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I could never win. In a civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marian. The ladies' dance committee meets on Tuesday nights. Jelly bean? Well, Tommy, we've had a pretty good morning. 11 sales out of 12 tries. Not bad. Now, but it's almost noon. Why don't you go ahead and head home and get some lunch, and I'll try the next few on my own.
Goodbye, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Mayor Shin.
Soliciting in this county is a malfeasance. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
I guess I just missed you. Mayor, your hand.
What? What?
Well, that pinky spread is hereditary.
It is? Is that important?
Well, if your son has this same pinky spread, he'd be perfect to play the E-flat flugelhorn.
He would?
Yes.
Well, how can I get one of those horns?
Sign right here, Mayor Shin.
All right.
Alrighty, sir. That'll be $17 import fee.
$17. Wait a minute! I haven't got a son, you unscrupulous fly-by-night! You be down in my office at 3 o'clock. I couldn't make myself clear.
You mean this afternoon?
3 o'clock this afternoon, I couldn't make myself clearer than a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize that you have the facial features of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't think I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your son has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, but I'm afraid he probably won't be very good.
Oh, is that so? In the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, because all of the great cornet players were Irish. O'Malley, O'Mendez, O'Klein.
Oh, Professor, we are Irish.
No.
Yes.
No. Well, that does it. Sign right here, Mrs. Peru. And I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
Oh, his uniform.
Well, hello, son. Yes, his uniform. That'll give him 4 weeks to imagine, anticipate, and enjoy with no cost whatsoever. Don't let the demands of today impede the pressures of tomorrow.
Will it have
A strike? A gold stripe down each side, my boy. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. So if you can get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anyone can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'd take you for a hod-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, shamrock-wearing, harp-playing, mavorneen pinching, Terre Hall minstrel singing Irishman, be gabbing, be jabbers. Where are you from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Get it? Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Oh, was she now?
Yes. Well, how to do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Wait, Peru. I knew that name sounded familiar. I've been by several times this week.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
Oh, but Marion, he may have his father's musical talent. He does have my jaw, you know.
Well, if the boy's father's musical, I'd love to talk to him.
Do you always burst in on people's homes like this, prying into their personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion!
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. But let's let the boy's father decide.
The boy's father is dead.
Oh,
Anything else?
I'm sorry. But that's just one more reason why your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? And as for your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? I think she kind of likes the idea. A little precautious, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be back later on this week.
Oh, but Professor, about the boy's measurements.
Yes.
I think all his clothes.
Oh, wonderful.
Sleeve 21, waist 18, crotch 14.
Perfect. Thank you, Miss Peru. Now, I must get back to my hotel room.
Oh, and Professor, about Marion.
Mrs. Peru, I'm sure at heart she's as lovely a person as you. Good day.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think about your future. Gary, Indiana, conservation class of '05. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man who comes to town. And the fact that he claims that his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
Oh, well, all right, but it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, come here. Please go to the library and get the book that Miss Grubbs has set aside for me. It's the Indiana State Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
I've written it all down for you. You won't have to talk to anyone. Thank you.
Now what are you up to? Why do you need a book at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling that the Indiana State Journal is going to help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Oh, well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind me asking, what type of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, it's not Luther Grenier who backs me into the ancient history shelves every time he comes into the library.
Oh, he does.
Or Ed Gamage in his buggy with the removable back seat.
Oh.
But I'm not waiting for a man in white shining armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew how.
Zanita.
Tommy, Papa, Mama, I'm right over there in the library. Eat guns.
Oh, right. Then meet me after supper.
I can't. It's Epic League night. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
See, isn't it just like I said last time? The lumber yard and now the footbridge. What will it be next? The Blackpool Calcutta? Eat guns.
I only want to show you my invention.
What invention?
A music holder for a marching piccolo player. You see, it still has a couple of minor flaws. Like when you keep it tight enough to hold the music steady, you lose all circulation and you can't wiggle your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy's Papa!
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
You know, now, yes, the very first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with the horses. Get that spellbinder's credentials. I said morning of July 4th, 1912, and now look, my wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home.
Oh, but George.
Oh, the school board is dancing up street and down alley instead of tending to city matters. And my oldest girl is out bedoodling with some young wild kid. And my business has fallen off so far, I can't even find a balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found some interesting information in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I ever get out of it. Gary Conservatory, class of 05.
I think if you'll just take a minute to read a little bit about the university, you'll find everything you need. It's here on page...
It's coming up from the depot.
A likely story at this hour of the day, the Wells Fargo wagon does it. The band instruments.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
In March I got a grayback and a hog.
And once I got some grapefruit from Tampa. Montgomery reported me up at the band of cross-cut song.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. A pretty crazy surprise of COD.
It could be curtain or dishes. Or it could be.
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be. Something very, very special now.
For me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some sealing from Seattle last September. I'm not expecting to rock and I hope I get my raisins from Fresno.
The DAR is in a cannon for the courthouse wagon.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming now. I don't know how I could ever wait to be. It could be something for someone that has no relation, but it could be something special just for me.
Make a stop until you stop for me.
There you are. And boys, you'll receive private instruction. But until then, get familiar with your instruments, stay off the streets, and remember, think the minuet and sheep. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da.
Don't get lollipop, then you have a stop. I never thought of anything so. Don't get that. Don't get lollipop then. Oh, mister.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by God tooting out of them
You watch your phraseology. Get on if you want to. I gotta get something from that librarian. Now then about that book.
The ladies' dance committee meets Tuesday nights in the high school.
Our Del Sarte display will be the highlight of their begin. Always keep your face to the audience. Gentlemen, if you're ready.
It's you in the sunrise, it's you in my car.
It's you all alone in my heart.
It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me up. And it's your got to go, dear, that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams, till once more the morning breaks through. What words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you? It's you.
Smile, girls, smile.
Yes, it's you. Oh, yes, it's you.
We're entitled to 5 more minutes.
If you think you can hold these people back, go right ahead.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new steps Professor Hill taught him.
All right, what'll it be?
The Shaboopy!
Now, the woman who kisses on the very first date is usually a fussy, and the woman who kisses on the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who waits till the third time around, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's the girl he's glad he's found. She is Shaboopy. Shaboopy, 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 the girl is hard to get. Shaboopy, Shaboopy, Shaboopy,
Magic in her head.
walk her once to raise the curtain, walk around twice and wait for certain. Once more the flower garden, she'll never get sore. Beg your pardon, don't bring me la so la si do, si la so fa mi re do. Squeeze her once when she isn't looking, you just squeeze back, yes, fancy cooking. Once more for pepper up, she'll never get sore on her way to step her. Don't bring me la so la si do, si do. Now look at old Sal, she's a go-gal, as anyone can see. Look at her now, she's a go-gal who only goes for me. Squeeze her once when she isn't looking, you just squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for pepper up, she'll never get sore on her way to supper. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, do. Shaboopy, 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 that girl is hard to get. Shaboopy, 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 but you can't get her yet. Shaboopy!
Take your hands off my daughter.
Mr. Shin, Your Honor, your daughter and I go to say behind your back.
Why, you?
We'd rather do it in front of your back.
Do what? Never mind.
Zanita scared ya, but I'm not. You hate to have your own dog scared ya? Jiggly Clyde.
I'm gonna warn you once more if I ever catch you touching my daughter. Oh my God, horsewhip you till hell won't have it again.
George!
Not one poop out of you.
I'm sure he meant Pete.
Yes. And now, get out of this public building.
I got as much right in a public building as anybody.
Right. And how do you get any rights around here? Aiding, abetting the swindling activities of this spellbinding symbol salesman. You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Get out, you wild kid.
Papa, it's cat news like you to make blood in the marketplace. Yeehaw!
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Go on. You, Lily.
But George, I was...
You tend to your dance.
Girls,
I'll handle Zanita taking up with wild kids from the wrong side of town.
Mr. Mayor, if I could just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read the book you gave me from cover to cover for a whole week, and I still haven't found a thing in it.
Now, Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I'll settle your hash as soon as I get these premises off of my oldest girl. Well, yes.
All right, but in the meantime, I'm vouching for Tommy Gilas. He's got more courage than any kid in this town, and you'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first band concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll have from tripping over their beards. I'll let you know something, my fine young feathered young fine friend. Oh, Oliver, JC, you or Olin, I want that man's references, and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon. You get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a button hook in well water.
Professor Hill, I think that the mayor acted abominably, and I think that it was wonderful the way you stood up for Tommy Gilas like that.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
No, a man can't dodge every time there's an issue. What was it the poet said? A wise man once said that the coward dies 1,000 deaths, and the brave man only dies 500. But unfortunately, the mayor was pretty upset about the billiard hall. But maybe if I got a musical reference from someone such as yourself, but I couldn't ask you to do that.
Why, Professor Hill?
Would you?
I'd be happy to. I just wish I was a little more informed. You see, I've been meaning to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
Ah, mother of pearl keys.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine, but you see, he never touches it. The first week or so, he made a few experimental, blats, I guess you'd say.
Yes, blats.
And he sings the la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. Minuet in G almost constantly, but he never touches the cornet. He says you said it wasn't necessary.
Well,
Something about the think system? If he thinks about the minuet in G, then he doesn't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor...
Now, Miss Marion, I admit the think system is very revolutionary. But so is Columbus's egg, globe, and Bach's clavichord. But I can't really talk about this in public. But if you'll allow me to call, what night could I call?
Why, any night this week.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little. Oh, Miss Peru, please join our no sausage committee. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, so dear tonight. Cheep, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little, shimmering hills, talk a little, pick a little, and some shoes for all to see. We know that you will soon
You know, we've all been deputized.
Congratulations. Now, gentlemen, I've been trying to give you my references and my credentials all week long, but somehow you guys keep getting off the subject. Now, I have exactly what you need over in my hotel room, and I will be back in just a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry, Professor, but we'll have to go with you.
Well, let me see if I have my key. Oh, what's this? It's a note from Madame Reedy. She was the only female bassoon player on the Red Path circuit. That was her stage name, of course. She was from Moline. Lida Rose Quackerbush.
Let me see
now,
that.
You'll never forget the name. It's just like the old song, Lida Rose. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose. Sometimes 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I about the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I'm hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be my Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of love that might have been. Do I love you? Oh yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, how sweet the memory, how long ago, forever, oh yes, forever, will I ever tell you,
Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sunlight in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm everything knows that 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I've got the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine.
will I ever tell?
Lida Rose, oh, won't you be my Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose.
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? Will you ever tell him? Won't you ever tell him? Ah, yes. Ah, no. Ah, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let it come out.
Now, Mama.
Now, nothing. If he ever comes by and you find yourself alone and you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel,
Tell him.
well, there's nothing wrong with a little ladylike hint.
Mama,
Oh, Winthrop.
fun?
Gossip. He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana, and he said he'd take me there someday. And he also taught me a song that barely has any F's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how it happened on this one thing of Macon, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is this one place that's my face. Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, North Carolina. But Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how it happened on the think of Macon, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is this one place that's my face. Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, North Carolina.
But Gary, Indiana,
my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I have to show every Willis my live frog. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Leave the dishes, Mama. I'll do them.
oh, don't you have to get ready for the sociable?
There's time for that later.
Excuse me, Shins live around here somewhere?
The Shins live on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Wow. Say, I see you're the piano teacher in town. You must know this fellow Bill, forming a boys' band?
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble rigger. That's why I gotta see Shin. Now, I'm just passing through. The number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. Sure wish it was 20, though. I sure could concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
What is your name?
Name's Charlie Cow. And Bill Selby. But just now, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake? My old lady's corset cover. This fellow's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth for just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me. He's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of piano teacher are you anyways? You didn't see through him? He's no more professor.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. Why, he's a fine director.
Fine director? Have you heard one note of music from any band?
No, but...
But nothing, girly girl. He's never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
Mr. Cowell, if you'll just listen to me for a minute.
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that if I got the time, but I gotta catch this train, and I gotta leave with dynamite with someone on the way to the depot. Bye, girly girl. I'll see you next time.
You'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave word, and I can see you're not the one to leave it with.
Mr. Cowell, you don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
No, I mean, what I mean to say is that I don't know you, and
I need more time, though.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. That's really something that's quite different.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a lid in the field. Wait, what am I doing? I missed that train, I'll lose my job. And I gotta leave this word.
Well, leave it with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you'll deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train. Now run for it.
Well, you double-dealing little. Who do you think you're protecting? This fellow's got a girl in every county in Illinois, and he's taking her away from everyone. That's 102 different counties, not including the piano teachers that he cozies up to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you have heard the last of me, girly girl.
At the least suggestion out of the question, why the rose I'm home again without a sweetheart to my name.
Who was the man? Oh, Professor. Why don't you and Marion come up and sit on the porch for a while? I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, then I'll put some on.
Well, shall we sit like your mother suggested?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean anything by it.
Now, Miss Marion, I know your invitation didn't mean anything more than academic enlightenment. The think system? Well, this is not a convenient time, so I'll see you at the sociable.
Mr. Hill, is it true that you've had over 100... What I'm trying to say is...
Yes?
Is it true that you've developed a think system?
Why, yes. And it's very simple to use. Like whistling. Nobody has to tell you a tune. You just think of one, shake your lips, and it comes out clearly. Right here. Now you try.
I'll take your word.
Can we sit?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
Music teachers?
I dare say you've met dozens, even 100. Have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
Well, some more, some less. I just met a lady that I saw on my last trip, and she gave me some very good refinements.
I see.
Did I say something wrong?
Never mind, Professor. You must have many more important things to do that explain the think system to me.
Can't think of one.
And I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors about traveling salesmen.
Well, one hears rumors about librarians too.
Well, I assume you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. Well, no matter what they say, he left me an assured job at the library so that Mother Winthrop and I are well taken care of. Well, surely you don't believe that...
Well, but of course. But where do you think these rumors come from?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy is what starts rumors about traveling salesmen. Now, what have you heard?
Oh, well, nothing about you personally, just generally.
Well, what have you heard generally?
Well, just that... But of course, it stands to reason that narrow-mindedness and jealousy could lead to... Well, take you, for instance. Your attention to customers and, well, teachers might easily be misinterpreted now, mightn't it? I mean, honestly now, mightn't it?
Why?
Well, and say another salesman or someone were jealous. Well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
I guess.
Well, it just goes to show that you shouldn't believe everything you hear. I mean, if you just discuss things.
Miss Marion, I would love to discuss anything in the world with you. But can we please sit? Your knees do bend, right?
Well, I guess we could sit on the front porch steps.
Or we could go sit on a hollow log over at the footbridge.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
It's just to talk.
No, I have to get ready for the sociable.
Well, then meet me there in 15 minutes.
Please, some other time, maybe tomorrow.
Miss Marion, my dear librarian, if you gather up enough tomorrows, all you'll come up with is a bunch of empty yesterdays. And I would like to make tonight something to remember.
Oh, so would I.
Then the footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be and the saints be praised. It works.
What does?
The think system. I've been using it on you from the parlor.
Greg, the uniforms have arrived and the kids are in them. If the people steam at the sociable, they're going to be screaming for music.
Yeah.
Here's most of the cash. I had Tommy collected. We got them together at least. Pretend to hold a practice down in the lumberyard.
Okay. We'll go ahead and get the rig ready to go.
Got it.
What time does the freight sail out?
9:40 from the junction, I believe.
It's only 8:35 now.
Hey, if you want to turtle your way into a bunny trap, you go right ahead. But
Morris, I'll meet you at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Mary, you're late.
Well, you said 15 minutes.
I meant 26 years.
Well, if you want to know the truth, it was almost longer. About halfway here, I almost turned back. I guess I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Mary, do you honestly think I'm trying to sell you something?
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
Well, I don't recall giving.
Yes, you have. Something beautiful. That's why I came. Please don't think I expect too much more. I know one can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. There have been many ports of call, and there will be many more. That's no reason why I can't be grateful for things that you've given me. There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all, till there was you. And there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They tell me in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew, there was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Mary, there's a lot you don't know about.
hey, Greg,
Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable, and I'm hoping this is it.
who's the salesman here? Looks like she's selling your bike.
Well, I didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. Now, where's the rig?
Look at her. You got her so far off balance. I can't even tell her from a catboat in a hurricane. And you're not much better.
Listen, Buster, this is a refined organization. I'm not leaving till I get my commission.
You're not even going to get anywhere out here on the footbridge.
Look, there's a spot over by the sociable that'll make this footbridge look like an old folks' home. Now, I'll meet you back at the hotel. I'm terribly sorry about that. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh. Do we have to go into that just now?
No, or ever for that matter. You see, the librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty of it when you first came to town.
Oh? About what?
About Professor Harold Hill, gold medal class of Ot 5, Gary, Indiana Conservatory. Harold, there was no gold medal class of Ot 5.
Well, why, certainly there was.
Because the town wasn't even built until Ot 6. See you at the sociable.
But if you knew the whole time, why didn't you?
I've known since July 7th, 3 days after you came. Here. I tore this page out of the Indiana State Journal. I was going to use it against you, but now I give it to you with all my heart.
Why, you little. With 110 cornets right behind. So I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I oompa up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining, it's bright as light.
There were horns of every shape and kind. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams may be.
110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. So good night, my someone. Good night.
You guys are crazy. You go all around town, spill everything.
I'll say I'm crazy. Missed my train, probably lost my job, but I got you now, Bill, and you're gonna pay. You'd be in the clink right now if it hadn't been for that little piano teacher of yours. I told her all about you. What did she do? Lollygagged me around until I couldn't get to shit. Little dried up man.
Get out of here! Go on! Before I kill you!
You big bully, you big blowhard! I'm gonna stay in town until you can get yours. Up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory.
Ray, here's your stuff. The rig's in the alleyway here. Come on, hurry up.
Two Grecian urns and a fountain.
Stop! Stop! Listen to this man! You gullible green grass goats! Can't you get it through your head that you're getting swindled out of your eyes' teeth right now? This minute! There's a burglar in the bedroom and you're fiddling in the parlor! I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
Same thing! He's had his hand in your wallet, Sword! And in yours, man! In yours, little lady! Ever since he got to town, why, there's more written evidence than you'll ever have a chance to read. There isn't any band, there never has been any band, and there never will be any band. Now will you believe
It's all right. Don't you know that? You don't owe me a word, not a word. Now go, hurry.
Wait. He's not around here. Let's hide down by the creek.
Oh, hold on a second there, bud. Not till I talk to you for a second.
I won't listen. You won't tell the truth anyway.
I will.
Would.
I will. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar!
Stop. You asked for the truth. Now you're going to stand here and quit squirming. Now, Winthrop, you're entitled to know two things. First thing is, you're a great kid. That's why I asked you to be in my band. I didn't want to see you moping around all over town.
What band?
There's always a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, now that I think about it, that's none of your business.
I wish you never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
You believe him?
I believe everything he ever said.
What he promised us?
I know he promised us. And it all happened just like he said. The lights, the flags, the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way every kid walked around and acted this summer. Especially you. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor. Hurry up.
I can't, Winthrop.
Why not?
Because for the first time, I got my foot stuck in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
We're here.
Go on, Professor. Hurry up.
Which is why I interrupted this program at this point. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this time. Yes, and always remember, fellow river citizens, I can only remind you that I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening.
What are you doing to get our money back?
Collected almost $300 for uniforms just tonight.
He's slippery, I told you.
Uniforms yet? Yeah, I haven't seen any uniforms, or I've always in summertime.
Then he's a kidnapper then.
4 score! Just a minute. Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have been told in this group, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say their name.
Well, I should think that there ought to be some of you who could forget our Iowa stubborn, everlasting arrogance just long enough to remember what River City was like before Professor Harold Hill arrived. Well, surely some of you ought to be grateful for the things he's brought to River City, and I would think you'd like to admit it.
Well, you're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a person in this hall who doesn't think this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let him stand up. You let me sit down.
Think, man. Think. 1, 2.